Well, you can see why this was such a popular campground with First Nations and early travelers on the Wood Mountain Trail between Fort Livingston and Wood Mountain. Nicely sheltered, lots of fuel for fires, fresh water, nice place to establish a town, named for a wooded glen in Scotland. It's the Wednesday afternoon of April 29th, 2020, and this is Trossachs, Saskatchewan. Looking eastward along Highway 13, the Red Coat Trail. A little blue sign indicates that the community has a picnic site. And here's the town site. And you can see the rail bed that the CPR built in 1909, 1910 from Weyburn westward. Had it operational as far as Kedai in August of 1910. The station would have stood right in here at the head of Center Street. It was a standard Western Line station A2 built in 1913 at mile 16.3 from Weyburn. It was removed at a date unknown, likely sometime during the 1970s. Joseph Brown Fate established the rural post office of Trossachs on September the 1st, 1905. J.W. Newman was likely the fellow who moved it onto the town site. When the rail line came through, the town site was established, and these boxes are all that remains of that post office. Canada Post itself won't admit that the office is closed, but it is. And a slow scan west along Railway Avenue, there's the little town park where likely the hotel stood, and the shops of the RM of Broken Shell number 68, established in 1909. In 2001, the offices were moved into Weyburn, some 24k to the east. The elevators were all on the west side of town. Golden West Grain built 1909 or 1910. Followed by the North Star and the State Elevator Company in 1911. Oh, bleachers. I wonder if they use this as a ball diamond over here. The last elevator built was number 772 by the Saskatchewan Wheat Pool, and it was the last one to close in 1989. It stood right out here. And here we are at the park. That's Center Street right there. The town hall. The station would have stood off to the left on this side of the tracks. Don't know when the hotel went down. Trossachs was never incorporated as a village. It was an organized hamlet, but it failed. Reverted to just a hamlet on April the 23rd, 1969. And the west side of Main Street, Center Street. That was a store. There used to be a store right in here where the post office likely was. Lots of building sites. The old garage, 1954 photograph shows pumps out the front. Was a going concern. Now the main car business in town is the Poor Boys in their brand new building down on First Avenue at Center Street. Buy yourself a nice pickup. Ooh, there's a nice Ford right there. Well, there's a playground zone. This is all the Trossachs playing in through here. Undifferentiated glacial till, just south of Glacial Lake Regina. Not bad farmland in places. Other places it's pretty light. Grand old house. And this is First Avenue, south. There's the First Avenue. And that's First Street West. And there's a Second Street West. Not much of one. Yeah, if you want to weigh up your truck, go right ahead. Don't know that that's been used for many a year. Don't know where it came from. Maybe it did come out of one of the elevators. And an old false-fronted veteran. The stories. And at the head of First Street East, there's the schoolyards. Have been since early on. This school looks to date from the 60s. And I don't know when it was closed down, but the kids just go into Weyburn to school now, commute with their parents. And on First Street East, the main church in town, in fact maybe the only church in town, built in 1913, is the Methodist Mission. Switched to United Church in 1925. There was a manse, but it burned in 1929. It has been the United Church of Christ recently, but it doesn't look like it's open anymore. Looking across First Street East, westward from the church, got the remains of your outdoor rink. On old photographs, there appears to be another church building just to the south of that grey house there. There was talk of building a Catholic church at one time. I'm not sure whether that was it or not, but it's gone. Ooh, concrete jungle. And the church seen from Range Road 172 on the eastern side of town, looking across the little valley. The interior was renovated in the 1960s and a basement put under it. And here's the CPR right-of-way. This line was abandoned in 1994 and steel was taken up sometime or other. This was the CPR's grand scheme to loop the main line, like a southern main line, all the way across southern Saskatchewan and southern Alberta, across to Lethbridge, and hook up with the Crow's Nest line and the Kettle Valley line at Lethbridge. Go from there on to the coast, but there just wasn't enough agricultural activity in southern Saskatchewan and southern Alberta to warrant keeping the line running. So it was shut down piecemeal over the years, this being the last part to be abandoned. Nice little meadow. Meadowlarks like it. Good day to fly a kite. Or be a kite. And the right of way heading eastward for Weyburn. A few miles towards Weyburn on Highway 13 is the old Bible camp, very famous in these parts, established in 1913 by the Methodist Mission. This is the Broken Shell Creek down there, one of the major water courses in this neighborhood. The economic sustainer around here now is the Williston Sedimentary Basin, wherein lies the Bakken extra formations and the oil that they hold. And that's what keeps a lot of these little communities alive down here, with a population of about 33 the last time it was counted in 2006. Trossachs, Saskatchewan.